Okay, well the mic should be working straight off the bat this week. And it is! Yay! Right, let's get straight into this. Hopefully I feel a bit more alert, a bit more awake this week. Hopefully I don't mumble as much. It's hard to do character voices. My amazing, super voice acting, and to maintain a level of decorum over how I speak stuff. So we will see how it goes. I've probably already started mumbling, but oh well. I'm trying to do better. It's a learning experience. Best one. Right. If I last until the time I finished last week, it'll be exactly 2 hours. Okay, here we are on Boxing Day, December 26th, at the detention center of the visitors' room. Maya! Hey, Nick, it's you! I'm glad Mr. Edgeworth made it through the day okay. It's a relief. Hey. Why'd you do that anyway? I don't know. I just knew I had to do something. I know I'm not the lawyer my sister was. I'm sorry. Well, you did save the trial. Just behave from now on, okay? Oh, okay. Have you been questioned yet? No, not yet. Detective Gumshoe was here just now. He said, seeing as it's your first offense, we'll let you go after questioning. Ooh. Oh, and he wanted me to get bail money ready. You can pay for me, okay? Huh? How much? I don't know. I guess they'll send you a bill or something. Why do I picture giant bales of money every time I hear the word bail? Any luck with Maya? None. I can't get through to her at all. I tried. I really did. I don't know what to do. I think I probably shouldn't have stopped my training. She sounds like she really did do her best. I should check and see if there are any waterfalls in the local area. I wonder if I'll ever see my sister again. My mother. No, that's from the picture. Okay. Okay, right, so there's still not much to be said extra about the mother. Isn't that the enlarged photo Lotta was talking about? Uh-huh. Huh. It's nice and big, but you can't really see the faces any clearer, can you? Okay. I want to see Gordy, too! If he really exists. Well, I'd say a photograph is pretty good proof. Once this trial is over, let's get some fishing poles and go down to the lake. Even if there is a monster in that lake, fishing poles sound like a bad idea. So the markings in this bullet and the barrel of the pistol matched? Hey, I'm surprised you remembered that! How could I forget after Von Karma rubbed it in so much? So which one of these are the ballistic markings? I'm not really sure. Mr. Edgeworth's prints are on this pistol, aren't they? Yes, the prints from his right hand. But they must have gotten on there at some time other than the shooting. What? Really? The shooter used his left hand after all. Okay. Alright, that's it. So, I guess... check out the cop shop. Okay. Gumshoe's not here. Gumshoe's at the scene again today. Huh? Oh, really? He's a live wire, that one. Got into a fight with the chief for not following protocol. Not following protocol? I bet he wouldn't help them build a case against Edgeworth. Okay. Excuse me. If I end up keeping coughing, I'll have to go and get a good drink. Sure is quiet here with nobody around. Right. I have to get Maya out of that detention cell soon. Right, probably talk to, thing. We'll go to Grossberg's offices and see what happens. Apparently, Mr. Grossberg is on vacation today. Well, I guess I can come back tomorrow if I need anything. There are fewer than there were yesterday, but the cops are still around in the park. I wonder if Detective Gumshoe is here today. Was it called the public beach yesterday, or on day one of the investigation? I don't rightly remember. Okay. Haven't seen Larry around today at all. Probably off paying through the nose on a date with the lovely Keonce. Try the woods and see if we can get Lotta Hart again. Oh shit. Hey, Detective Gumshoe! Hey, pal! The trial today, it or... Yes, what about the trial? Well, I was gonna say, good show, but it wasn't really all that. Though, you did save Mr. Edgeworth, I guess. I just wasn't sure how to thank you, you know? Thanks? Detective Gumshoe? Any idea what strategy Von Karma is planning for tomorrow? It sounds like he's bringing in another witness. Another witness? Oh right, he said something about that in the trial today. There were 2 witnesses. I don't know if that was my voice for Manfred last week or not, but whatever, we'll roll with it. That was a terrific flashback. I just want to applaud how amazing that flashback was. I was wondering who that other witness was. Or who was it? Sorry, pal. As much as I'd like to, I'm not at liberty to divulge that information. Right. Oh, right. I wanted to ask you something about Edgeworth. What's up? Is he afraid of earthquakes? I never heard anything about that before. Mr. Edgeworth doesn't talk about himself too much, see? But there's one thing that's clear as day. Him hating crime the way he does, and him becoming a prosecutor, and him being scared of earthquakes. It all started with that incident. The DL6 incident? Yep, that's the one. 15 years ago, when he saw his father shot before his very eyes. He still feels the pain now. You can see it in his eyes. I wanted to talk to you about Maya Fey. Huh? She's not out on bail yet? That's strange. I told him to let her go as soon as they had her report written up. And I don't know what would have happened in that courtroom today if it weren't for her. Seeing her getting dragged out by the bailiff, I'll be honest with you, pal, I shed a tear or two. Mr. Edgeworth, he was so moved I saw his lip trembling. Really? Coza's Ice Edgeworth? He was really grateful for what she did, you know. I'm going to head back to the station. I'll get the report on Maya and get her out of there as soon as I can. Thank you. Oh, wait. I was wondering, how much is bail going to be? Don't worry about that. Mr. Edgeworth is posting the whole amount. What? Edgeworth? Didn't I tell you? He's grateful to her for what she did. Alright, pal. Well, don't forget to go pick her up, okay? Maybe I can get Edgeworth to pay this month's rent, too. We'll jump in front of the boat shop before we go back and pick up Maya. Looks like the boat ramp shop is closed today, too. Okay. Back to get Maya we go, and then I guess we'll probably run into Lotta and the others. Hey, Nick, you finally came! They just finished the paperwork. I'm free to go. Free at last, eh? Those interrogators were really mean. They were like, okay, what did you do this time? Like I was some kind of criminal. Can you believe it? Well, they let you out in the end, didn't they? Oh, that reminds me. Thanks for bail. Thank Edgeworth. Huh? He posted bail for you. Said he was grateful for what you did. Mr. Edgeworth did that? I have to make it up to him. We've got to win this case, Nick. What do you think we should do next? We're kind of lacking in the clues department. We could go to the park and look for Gordy. I was kidding. Still, if there are any clues out there, the park's as good a bet as any. What do you say? Shall we head down there? Sure. Have you noticed anything lately? You know, I did notice one thing while I was here in detention. It's really pretty comfortable here. It's warm and they keep it very clean. I meant, have you noticed anything about the case? Well, not much more than that, no. She's probably still upset about Maya. I should leave her alone. Ah, fresh air. I gotta say, freedom feels great. Behave yourself in the courtroom tomorrow, okay? Hehehe. Misbehaving's much more fun. It's not going to be so much fun when Edgeworth refuses to pay your bail again. Right, I'll behave. Oh dear. Well, what should we do? I don't know, I've been in detention this whole time. I think I'll let you decide what we should do. Deal? Well, any thoughts you want to share? Well, I was in detention all day. I think I'd like more time to think. Poor Maya. She probably thought about Maya the whole time she was in there. Okay, well, we're not going to get anything extra from here. Nothing extra from Colonel Affairs. Hey, is that the police department's mascot? That's the Blue Badger. It was my idea. I made it. It's my mascot. I see. How nice. I'll get him a signed mascot of the Criminal Affairs Department if it's the last thing I do. Good luck. Okay. Okay. Gourd Lake we go. There aren't many cops around today, are there? They're probably back at the precinct working up the case against Edgeworth. Hey! Oh, hey, y'all! Hey, it's Lotta! Y'all really did it today? What did we do now? No, I'm not complaining. See, I did a little thinking. A little self-reflection, you might say. I realized that being a witness is a mighty big responsibility. But I just went up there and started blabbing any old thing that came to mind. Lotta? So you see, I want to make it up to y'all. Make it up? Lotta, what do you mean by making it up to us? Well, you see, actually, I got a bit of information for you. What? That Von Karma didn't want me to say nothing about it. What information? Now we're getting to the heart of it. See, I reckoned we might be able to do ourselves a little exchange. Exchange? I thought this was to make it up to us. Right. I propose a little exchange to make it up to you. What? Information don't come cheap, my friend. Hey! I see you thinking, my, how unsophisticated these Southern folks are. It's written all over your face. Let me tell you, most Southerners are way more sophisticated than you. I'm just the exception, okay? Well, what'll it be? We got a deal or not? Oh, what do we do, Nick? Yeah, deal. We don't have any other leads, so I don't think we have a choice here. Okay, how much? Huh. You completely off your rocker? I may not be sophisticated, but I'm not trying to rob the poor. Huh? The only fair exchange for information is information. Listen good. What I need from you is information about Gordy. Whoa, 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 Gordy? But Gordy doesn't exist. I mean, Gordy might not exist. Then bring me proof that shows he don't. I'll be keeping watch from the car, okay? If you see something, y'all come to me first, got it? Okay. Right, see y'all later. Oh, music died quick. Okay, Nick, let's get hunting. Hunting? You don't seriously mean... Gordy, I sure do. What about Edgeworth? We're searching for Gordy, for him. Nick, don't you get it? Okay, and how exactly do we search for a make-believe monster? Maybe we can find a monster myth specialist. Okay, what the fuck? What's that? The steel samurai, Nick! Yo, Maya! Larry, what the heck is that? Oh, it was my girl Kiance's idea. She was all, if you like, put this here, it would be, like, really cool. Dude, she gave it to me along with the banner. Wow, that's really impressive she could find those for you. Well, she knows a lot of people. And that show's finished now, so she got them for free. Right. Yo, Nick! What happened with Edgy? Well, we made it through the first day in court, alright. I don't know how good our prospects are from here on, though. Huh. Hey, Larry, did you know Mr. Edward's secret weakness? He's terrified of earthquakes. He acts like a little boy. Huh? That's weird. I don't think he was ever like that in school. No? Really? Well, we were only in the same class for a little bit. He transferred schools pretty quickly. Transferred? Right. When the DL6 incident happened. Doesn't look like Larry knows about it, though. Hey, Larry. When did you get that big... thing? Huh? Oh, the big guy. I've had that for about a month. Yeah. It's a big hit with the kids. Why wasn't it here yesterday? Huh? Huh? Oh, right. The compressor was busted. Compressor? Yes, that little unit by my hot dog stand. That's what I used to put air in the Steel Samurai. It broke a while ago, so I sent it in for repairs. Oh. On here I thought you'd inflated it by yourself. That's the guy. Let's sell my dogs faster than I can cook them. Do you think Gordy really exists? Nah, I think somebody's probably saw something else that they thought was Gordy. But I'll keep selling samurai dogs until the truth's out. Okay. I guess I might as well show him the attorney's badge. Don't even get anything for that. What's this machine? Ah, that's a compressor. I use it to fill up that balloon there with air. Huh, neat. Just got it repaired yesterday. Man, what a drag that was. Doesn't that steel samurai look a little out of place? I mean, it's so huge. I guess it's good advertising. Something about the steel samurai just doesn't work for me. Huh? Really? It looks pretty well made to me. Still a novice, aren't you, Nick? Really? True connoisseurs like Cody and me don't fall for this kind of stuff. These Steel Samurai fans are obviously in a league of their own. The trash can is empty. At least the place is well maintained, okay. I can't get over the samurai dogs. The original samurai dogs, no less. Hey man, whoever calls their product the original first wins. Why don't you add world famous to the sign? Hey, good idea! What have I done? Boat shop then? It's always so quiet here. I wonder if the boat shop is closed for good. Well, with the murder on the lake and all, they're probably just taking a vacation till it blows over. I get it. Hey, y'all! Well, y'all find anything about Gordy? No, nothing. Well, keep moving. It gets cold out here at night time. It is a little chilly. I think I have to sneeze. Whoa, no, you don't. What you? I told y'all, you no sneezing. See, I set the camera to spot the things a little softer than a bang. It'd trigger and one of Von Karma's fingers snaps now. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, well, sorry's nice, but what about my film? Nick, pay the lady. Sob. I'll learn something in today's trial, that's for sure. Testifying is serious business. That's why I decided not to talk about the case anymore. Huh? Whoa, didn't you say you had information about the case? Tell us that at least. Like I said, I'll trade it for the dirt on Gordy. What are you gonna do if Gordy doesn't exist? I'll quit being an investigative photographer. What? After all, I only have seen one photo to my name so far. Was it a good one? You bet. A UFO. A UFO? Anyway, if I can't get a career making photo this time around, then that's it. I'll quit and go back to school. What, so you really are a university student? Yeah, well, I'm taking a break for a bit. Right. Wait a second. Dog. lot more of the doggo. Hey. Okay. Right, here we are back at the Gourd Lake Woods. Okay, Nick, this looks like a good spot. A good spot for what? Time to do some fishing. She's serious. What are you gonna use for bait? Oh. Yeah. Oh. God, Nick's fucking being sassy today. I figured something like this would happen. We should have brought Mishad along with us too. At least then we'd have bait. Nick, how could you? I'm kidding, I'm kidding. Some jokes are better left untold. Oof, she hit me. Okay, watch this, Nick. Just try not to reel in any empty cans or boots, okay? Hey, what are you doing? Effective gumshoe. Meg, that you? Hey, is that Keith with you? Where have you two been? I've been so worried and sick. You handle this. I think I'll leave this one up to you, Maya. Peg! Yes? Finally made up your mind, have you? My mind? You'll run the pasta shop when I'm gone. Pasta? Glad to hear it, glad to hear it. You make your old man proud. When you... How am I supposed to keep this place running, an old man like me? Hello, hello! Roar! Oh, hello! I guess he's relieved. A pasta shop? Yep. To think the wet noodle will live on when I'm gone. My father started it, you know? So that makes you the third. Meg? Yes? Tomorrow we'll start with the secrets of dough tossing. Dough tossing? Yes? You'll be the best pasta wrangler the West has ever seen. Pasta wrangler? The West? Isn't pasta from Italy? Yes? Right, of course. Nick? Huh? How long do we have to keep how long do we have to keep up this all in the family charade? This old man must know something about the murder. We're not leaving until we find out what that is. This is a boat rental shop, right? What? All the kids come up and say, "Yo, we want to ride on one of your boats." That's why youngsters these days. I'm pretty confused myself. Nick, this isn't going anywhere. But this old man is the witness tomorrow, right? We've got to find some way of getting information out of him. Now, remember last Our rim. I figured out the last color we should use. Indigo blue? That didn't seem to work the way I thought it might. Okay. We're gonna get our rainbow-lioli constantly now, probably. Yep, rainbow-lioli over and over again. Here we go. Not a lawyer's badge. Yes, yes it is. I don't believe it. This old guy is the first person to recognize my badge. I get it. Huh? Yep. I got you figured out now. You're not Keith. Nick! Now's our chance to clear things up. Sir. No, I'm not Keith. And I'm not Meg, either. We're here investigating a murder that took place on this lake the other night. Please, help us. A lawyer, huh? Please, mister. Alright, I'll help. But on one condition. What's that? When this case is over and done, you'll run the wet noodle. Okay, we promise. Now, Nick, are you sure about this? Hey, anything to get this case solved. Also, who wouldn't want to eat Phoenix noodles? I guess so. That's my boy. Good for you, Keith. Wait, didn't I just say... You too, Meg. Yes? You bring it to your old man's eye, you know. Now, what was that you wanted to know? Speak up. Hello? Now he's talking to the bird again. How do we get... It's okay. You can... You know something about this? Yup. The other night, I was out on the lake. Yes, yeah. I know all about that. Tell us what you saw. Well, I suppose, since you're taking over the shop and all... At the time. It was after midnight, but okay. A little while later, this boat comes back. Then a young man walked by my window here. He was muttering something to... What did he say? Yup. I forgot. I'll remember tomorrow by court time, promise. We need to know earlier than that. that might be the last we have. Yeah. We will go back to Gumshoe and then move on to the detention center, I guess. Probably have to go back to Gumshoe. Yeah, here we go. Detective Gumshoe isn't here. Now that you mention it, didn't he say he had a meeting to go to? Ah, that's right. Let's come back later. Okay. I guess I just have to keep showing stuff to... Okay, right, what? I'll just go through everything at this stage. You know about Gordy? Nope. That worked out well. Okay, maybe I have to examine the parrot. Look, Nick, he has an electric blanket on his table. Looks warm. That's a great idea. We should do that in the office. We can sit down with our clients, snug and warm, and drink hot cocoa. And what? Talk about murders? Oh, you're a party pooper, Nick. He really is the bastard. Wow, what an amazing parrot that is. Good morning. Hello? It ignored me. What, you forgot Meg? You gotta call her name first. Her name? Polly, how you been? Hello? Hello? Squawk? See? Neat. So the parrot's name is Polly? Too bad all she can say is hello. Har har har. Oh, Polly can say lots of things. You just need to know the secret words. Secret words? Like... Polly, Polly, what's your name? Polly! Ah! Hee hee, cute! He has found a new friend. Wow, he has a television in here too. Yup, don't work though. Really? I picked it up from the dump after all. It figures that it doesn't work. Then why do you keep it? I don't know. It just looks right there. In the summer, I replace it with a mini fridge. A broken mini fridge? Of course, I got that from the dump too. Nobody in their right mind would throw away a good cooler. Wow, there's a lot of various fish in Gourd Lake, aren't there? Something's funny, Nick. All these fish are saltwater fish. Of course! What's the point of going fishing in your own backyard? deep sea fishing's the best. Mighty tasty too. Right. Looks like a kitchen unit is pretty clean. Funny, he doesn't look like the type who'd keep things tidy like that. You're forgetting, Nick. He's running a pasta shop here. That's right, Keith. I'm confused. My memory's gotten worse of late. That's why I just tell everything important to old Polly here. Everything important? I wonder. Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1228. All right. Hey, Polly, watch it, will ya? Yeah. See, Nick? All it takes is a little clever thinking. And a criminal mind. Quick, Nick, write that number down. Hey, don't get me involved in your little heist schemes. You know what, eh? Little Terry was just here. Terry? Ah, yup. That kid next door. You always used to make him cry, remember? He was wearing this tattered old coat. Got himself some whiskers growing out of his face. He must be talking about Detective Gumshoe. He comes up and tells me to come down to court tomorrow. Really? Somehow, I don't think we're going to get much useful information from this guy. Maya, maybe we should be leaving. I think you're right. Oh wait, I had one more question. Huh? Polly, have we forgotten something? Don't forget DL6! Huh? What did she just say, Nick? One more time, Polly. Don't forget DL6! What? The DL6 incident? Hey, mister, I mean Dad. This is getting weird. Who is this old guy? Why would that bird Polly know about DL6? We have to figure out who that old man is. Oh, what? He locked the door from the other side. Who could that old man be? I think I need to do a little more research on this DL6 incident. Maybe I should ask Detective Gumshoe. Okay. Off we go on an adventure with Phoenix Wright. Hey, pal! Long time no see. You don't look so happy. What's wrong this time? Actually, we wanted to ask you something. Yeah? You know the boat rental shop down at Gourd Lake? Oh, yeah. The old man who runs it is appearing as the witness in court tomorrow, right? Huh? How'd you... that was supposed to be top secret. Do you know who that old man is, Detective? Actually, I don't. He's a bit of an odd bird. I haven't been able to get a straight answer out of him. I decided that he wasn't persuasive enough to stand and testify as a witness. That's why we called Miss Lotta Hart yesterday. As for who he is, we have absolutely no idea. Sounds suspicious. Detective Gumshoe, please help us. Huh? We need to know about the DL6 incident. That was when Edward's father died. I can't help but think that it has something to do with this current case. To tell the truth, I don't know much about DL6 either. Mr. Edgeworth forbade us from reading the file, so I'm afraid I can't show them to you either, pal. What? However, if you convince me somehow that the DL6 incident is related to this case, well, I guess I'd consider opening the file up. What's that? A parrot? The old man at the boat rental shop's parrot. The parrot knew about that incident. That incident? DL6. What? Here we go. I'm pretty sure that old man must have taught her that word. Yeah, but how would that old man know about the DL6 incident? Wait, what if that old man was connected to DL6? Nick, I think you think he might be? I getcha. Sounds like you need information on the DL6 incident. Through there is the station's records room. I'll give you special permission to go in and find what you need. Alright, way to go, Detective Gumshoe. Okay, Nick, to the records room. I guess it's time we faced Edward's past. Wow! It's amazing! Lee Dusty! That's some wonderful, wonderful work there from the squad. "10 years of files and 10 years of dust, I guess. Let's find that DL6 stuff quick." 15 years ago, both me and Edgeworth were 9 years old. We were almost through the 4th grade, through with 4th grade, when he suddenly transferred. Because of DL6? Nick, I found where the file is. Ooh, thanks. Just let me know what you want to know about the DL6 incident. I'll go get the right file. Well, first I have to get a handle on the main facts, like a summary. Right. Summary. Found it! Here you go. December 28th, 2001. That's exactly 15 years ago from the day after tomorrow. So, in 2 days, the case is closed. The incident took place in the elevator of the district courthouse. What? Is this the same district courthouse where we're holding the trial tomorrow, or holding the trial now? Looks like it. There was a large earthquake at 2 PM on that day. Part of the court building collapsed and all of the lights went out. Wow, that was some earthquake. At the time, 3 people were trapped in the elevator. It took 5 hours for them to be rescued. 5 hours. That would be scary like that, in the dark. There was a lack of oxygen in the elevator, and the survivors were found unconscious. The survivors? One of the 3 in the elevator had been shot in the heart. That was Mr. Edgeworth's father, wasn't it? He said that his father was shot before his very eyes. So Miles Edgeworth was one of the other passengers in that elevator. Do you have data on the victim, Edgeworth's father? Yeah, hold on. Victim. Here, found it. Gregory Edgeworth, 35, defense attorney. If he were still alive, he'd be 50. He had lost that day's case in court, and got in the elevator with his son, Miles. Miles? Miles Edgeworth, of course. So he was in the elevator with his father. From the angle of the bullet and other evidence, it could not have been a suicide. The murder weapon, a pistol, was found in the elevator. The pistol had been fired 2 times. Where have I heard that before? Huh. It sounds just like this current case. What's going on here? Got any data on the suspect in there? That would be the guy that my mom got arrested. Hold on, this is it. The man arrested as the suspect in DL6 was Yanni Yogi. He was a clerk in the court, apparently. So, he must have been the 3rd person in the elevator. Well, then he had to have done it. But he was found innocent, thanks to his defense attorney, Robert Hammond. Hammond. The victim in our case. Right. The suspect, Mr. Yogi, was oxygen deprived. So much so, he had brain damage. He lost all memory of being in the elevator. After he was declared innocent, he disappeared. Where could Yogi have gone to, I wonder? Yeah, I wonder where. He may be closer than we think, yeah. I mean, obviously with brain damage and this whole Shouting Keith thing, my main suspect is the boat shack owner. I guess I know generally what happened in DL6 now. I still don't know what sort of impact the whole thing had on Edgeworth. Nick, are we going to take the whole file? There's too much. We'll never get out. Get out. You're right. How about we just take what we think we'll need? Okay. Right. That's probably all we'll be able to find here. Now all that's left is the trial tomorrow. I wonder how Dad will do testifying in court. Oh, I thought we might have gone and interviewed Edgeworth in the detention center. I guess not. Okay. We will save and we will start day 2 of the court case. Or day 3, the trial. This is only... I'm pretty sure this is only day 2 in court though, so we could face like another day. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Apparently the prosecution is also ready. Who is the judge here, anyway? Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Very well. No opening statement, so... Not so fast, Judge. I was taking a meaningful pause before speaking. Right, of course. A prediction. Today's trial will end 3 minutes from now. His prediction didn't work yesterday, so... Order! Order! Mr. Von Karma, what is the meaning of your statement just now? Bah! Must you question everything? It will be over in 3 minutes. We have no time to waste. Really shouldn't be doing that voice. That fucking raspy for Von Karma. I'll call my witness now. Right. I'll call my witness, my decisive witness, to the stand. It's that mysterious boat shop owner. If that isn't Yanni Yogi, I'll be shocked. Witness, state your profession. I'm the proprietor of the restaurant, The Wet Noodle at Gourd Lake. And I also rent boats. The night of the incident, you were in the boat rental shop, correct? Yup. Yup, I was. Please testify. Wait a second. We still haven't heard who this old guy is. Yeah, let's raise an objection. Just 1 second, I just want to switch my phone's Wi-Fi because it's being a bit dickish for keeping up to date with the stream at the moment. So I'll switch to the stronger Wi-Fi. There we go. That should work. Right, apologies, right. Wait a minute. The witness hasn't stated his name yet. Because I did not ask him, Mr. Wright. Bah! I have predicted this trial will end in 3 minutes. Stop asking trivial questions and cooperate. Yeah, right. The witness will state his name. Well, I'm not really sure, yup. What do you mean? My memory. Your Honor, the witness does not remember anything beyond the last several years. Ergo, he cannot recall his own name. He can't recall, you say? Yes, but the incident in question took place 3 days ago. He can testify. I don't know what the fuck my Von Karma voice has turned into. Very well. Let's hear his testimony then, shall we? Witness? It was the night of the 24th, just after midnight, yup. I was in the restaurant, where I rent boats, as usual. Then I heard a bang, yup. When I looked out of the window, I saw a boat just floating on the lake. Then I heard another bang. Just about then, the boat comes back to shore, and a man walks by my window.
Objection.
There is nothing to question in my witness's testimony. Ergo, no need for cross-examination. Besides, there are only 10 seconds left before our 3 minutes are up. Judge, your verdict, now. Yes. Mr. Wright? What are you saying? Of course I'll cross-examine the witness. Very well, you may begin. Excuse me, Mr. Von Karma? 3 minutes just passed. I see. Well then, let's just take our time. You may cross-examine the witness. Just after midnight, you say? Yup, just around then. Are you sure? Pretty sure, yup. When I talked to you yesterday, you were rather vague about the time. I'm surprised you seem so sure about it today. I asked him, and he remembered. Isn't that right? Don't glare at me like that. I remembered it clearly, I did, yup. You see, continue. Is there anyone who can verify that? Well, I guess Polly could. Now that's not good enough for a court of law. Mr. Wright, exactly what's not good enough? Your Honor, this Polly is a parrot. A parrot? Don't be so hard on the girl, Keithy boy. The prosecution concedes that we cannot prove the witness was in the shop. Witness, please continue. And where did the bang seem to come from? From the lake, I figure. Are you certain? Yup. Good. Continue. When I looked out the window, I saw a boat. Okay, I've already read all that. Was there someone in the boat? It was pretty far out there. I couldn't see clearly, but I figured there was 2 men out there. Yup. But you couldn't see them clearly? But you couldn't see them clearly. Yup. At the time, that is. At the time? So you heard 2 gunshots total? Yup. That's what Lotta said in her testimony yesterday. Just a... by your window? Yup. By my window, right outside my little shack. And could you see the man's face? Well, the fog was pretty darn thick, but he was right there in front of me. I saw him. This is rather important detail. Please add it to your testimony. This. I have a bad feeling about this. That man was a defendant. He was saying, I can't believe he's dead. Are you sure? Uh-oh. The dad. Dead certain, Keith. He said, I can't believe he's dead, as he was walking by, too. Witness, are you sure that the person you saw was Miles Edgeworth? It was him, not Edgeworth, boy. This sounds like decisive evidence indeed. I see no room for doubt. Karma. He lured me into cross-examining so he could set me up for a fall. This... Nick! I don't like the way the things are going here. Everyone in the courtroom is glaring at us. I'd better act quick, or this trial is going to be over. Your Honor, we proved in yesterday's trial that it could not have been Edward who fired that gun. Mr. Wright, are you referring to the fingerprints from Edward's right hand found on the gun? And the photograph showing a man firing with his left hand? Exactly! That is easily explainable. He could have wiped his prints after he fired. You are ignoring the truth of the matter here. Everything in this witness's testimony is true. The judge is lost in thought. What should I do? Your Honor, this witness claims that Edward said, I can't believe he's dead. But his word is all we have. If he were telling a lie... Mr. Wright, in a court of law, the evidence tells all. Apparently, you have yet to realize even this basic fact. If you say his testimony is a lie, show us proof. Nick, do we have evidence? It's no good. There's nothing I can do. Are you sure? To be honest, I don't know what to do anymore. Please, can you hear me, sis? Please. We need your help. Nick needs you. Disc. 3 minutes was perhaps too high an explanation.
expectation. However, 15 minutes isn't bad. This must be a new record.
Enough! The witness may leave the stand. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. What? No! This court finds the defendant, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. What, did I really fuck it up already?
The accused will surrender to the court immediately. To be held pending trial at a...
Why am I doing fucking thing? To be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned. Wait! Who was that just now?
Me!
Huh? What? Larry! What are you doing here? Listen, you gotta listen to me. I was there in the park the night of the murder. I wasn't sure about it until just yesterday, but today I remembered it. Remembered what? The gunshot. I heard it too. Order.
What is the meaning of this? The verdict has been decided. I call for adjournment.
One moment, Mr. Von Karma. So, you say you heard a gunshot? Yeah, I did. A gunshot that night. I was sitting here in the audience, listening to the testimony. Then I realized something that he said was different from what I remember. And anyhow, I can't just sit here and let you call Edgy a murderer. It's just not right. I'll testify. Let me testify. Order! Order! Well, this is the first time something has happened like this in my court. I'm not quite sure how to proceed.
Judge, you've already given your decision. The trial is over.
Nick, this is it. Larry's given us one final chance at this. She's right. If only it wasn't Larry. He could make things even worse. Mrs. Edgeworth is just declared guilty, Nick. It doesn't get any worse. You're right. Okay. Your Honor, if there is another witness, it is our duty to hear him speak. Right here, right now.
A waste of time. The verdict cannot be overturned.
Allow me to speak my opinion. In all court proceedings, it is our duty to prevent an inaccurate verdict. In order to make sure no mistake is being made, every witness should be heard.
Well, what is this?
I withdraw my previous verdict of guilty. Mr. Von Karma, I order you to call this new witness to testify. Now.
What?
The court will adjourn for a 5-minute recess. After that, we will hear this new witness. Court is adjourned. Okay, at 10:28 a.m. Whew. That was too close. I'm sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat. This is Phoenix. Sorry to keep you on the edge of your seat like that, Edgeworth. I've seen worse. Yeah, right, Edgeworth. You're sweating bullets. I just wonder what Larry plans to say in there. Larry was at the lake that night? Yes. He said he went looking for the steel samurai balloon that flew into the lake. Oh, right. And he found the balloon and the air tank that night. Yeah. Hey, Edgeworth. Huh? You say something right? Yeah, a lot of things. You seem out of it. What's wrong? It's nothing. Um, Mr. Edgeworth? There's something I've been meaning to ask you. What's that? Why are your fingerprints on the murder weapon? Oh. When he fell into the lake, I went into a daze. I couldn't understand what had happened. I couldn't think straight. Then I saw the pistol lying on the floor of the boat in front of me. I picked it up without thinking. I didn't have a reason, really. I see. Right? Yeah? This might be our chance. Our chance? Von Karma has only ever run perfect trials. Perfect trials? Perfectly prepared witnesses, perfectly complete evidence. That's the secret to his success. This is the first time he's ever had to deal with something unexpected. He has to let someone he hasn't even talked to testify before the court. And that someone is Larry. What are you getting at? It's likely his testimony will be full of holes, right? That's right, Nick. No 10-minute trial this time. We'll make this one for all it's worth. Hey, it was 15 minutes. 15! Everything's on Larry right now. Court is now back in session. Witness, please testify to the court about everything that you saw on the night of December 24th. Right, leave it to me. Please, Larry, don't mess this one up. I hate to admit it, but you're our last chance. Von Karma didn't even have time to prep his witness. I just hope Edgeworth is right about this being our big break. That night, I was out in a boat on the lake. I was looking for something and I found it. So I quietly slipped the boat back at the rental shop dock. Then, just as I was thinking about going home, I heard this bang. I looked out over the lake, but I didn't see a boat. So after I heard that single gunshot, I went home. Okay. What's wrong, Nick? It's Larry. I have no idea what he's going to say if I press him. I'm a little scared. Well, we've come this far. There's no way to go but forward, Nick. Something wrong, Mr. Wright? There were so many things wrong, I don't know where to begin. Well, okay. First off, what time was it? Oh, it was after 11 when I went out on the boat. By that time, everyone had gone home for the night. So I waited until the coast was clear, so to speak. And why were you out on a boat at such a late hour? Looking for something? Yeah. Mr. Butts, what was it you were looking for? What the witness was searching for is irrelevant. Most likely he was hunting for this Gordy. That's surprisingly close to the truth, in a sense.
This is all irrelevant. Let's get it over with.
Around what time was that? Well, let's see. I figure I was out searching for about an hour. I guess it was around midnight, yeah. You're not sure? Hey, don't give me that face! I'm not some sort of human sundial, okay? People use watches these days, Larry. Where did the sound come from? Yeah, well, I wasn't too sure about that. I looked around, you know? Did you look out at the lake? Yeah, I looked. Wasn't there a boat on the lake? Order. Well, Mr. Butts, Whoa, whoa. Everybody just calm down, okay? I mean, it was real foggy that night. I'm not sure whether there was a boat out there or not. Oh, okay, no problem. That's just the most important part of this case. So, you only heard one bang, correct? Yeah. Well, Nick, it's pretty wishy-washy testimony, wasn't it? I guess I should just start working on the contradictions, sorry. Yeah, well, I mean, obviously it's the single gunshot. Wait a sec, Larry. Well, what? You only heard one bang, you're sure? That's what I said. But Miss Lotta Hart testified yesterday that she heard two bangs. And the old man just now said the same thing. They both heard two gunshots that night. Huh? Were you even listening? Were you paying attention to all to what they said? Yo, Nick, please! Huh? You know, something's been bothering me. I'm a witness, see? I'm like a customer here. So you gotta treat me nice and stuff, okay? Mr. Butts? What? You only heard one gunshot, are you sure? Well, to tell you the truth, I'm not sure. Not sure? How could you not be sure? Yeah, well, I might have missed the other gunshot. I was listening to something else. Something else? My radio, dude, with my headphones. What? Order, order, and stop that booing. Mr. Butts, you were listening to the radio with your headphones? Yeah, so what? That a crime? I listen to my radio. Everybody listens to the radio. What's the big deal? Mr. Von Karma, your opinion?
Waste of time. I do not accept this witness, nor his shoddy testimony.
Well, Mr. Wright, should he continue the testimony? Your Honor, please allow the witness to continue his testimony.
Ah! Nothing is more pitiful than a lawyer who doesn't know when he's lost.
Very well, Mr. Butts. Please give your testimony and be sure to include details like your radio.
Right.
Right, leave it to me. I wouldn't if there were any other way out of this, believe me. It's lonely being alone on Christmas Eve. That's why I was listening to an all-request show on the radio, see? I was listening to it real booming loud, like... But I'm sure I heard that gunshot. I remember exactly what the DJ was saying when I heard it too. Alright. Can a man listen to his radio in peace? Isn't this a free country? I truly believe Larry has no idea what the problem here is.
Judge, can you believe a word this witness says? What he heard was probably nothing more than a drum beat from the radio.
True enough, it is difficult to believe this testimony. Wait, Your Honor. The witness said he remembers exactly what the DJ said when he heard the gunshot. Excuse me? DJ? An announcer, the guy who says things on the radio. Anyway, what this means is, when he heard the sound, no music was playing. The DJ only talks between songs, so he could have heard the gunshot from the lake. I'd like to cross-examine the witness, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Wright. I can't believe I'm continuing this charade. We will jump to questioning what the DJ said. What did she say?
Mr. Wright, please cease these pointless questions. What possible good could knowing what a radio DJ said do us?
Indeed, Mr. Von Karma has a point. I'll allow the question only if you see some reason why we should care. We should care, Your Honor. Of course we should. Why? Well, how do you know if we don't ask? Fine, very well. Mr. Butts, please testify to the court. What was the radio announcer saying when you heard the gunshot?
Just when she said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas, I heard the gunshot."
Okay. This ties into the picture from 10 to midnight. Are you sure?
Of course I am. She had this real sexy voice.
Maybe Von Karma was right. I'm not sure how that helped us at all. This is the most ludicrous testimony I've ever heard. But there's one gleaming ray of hope in there. I've got to press it until we get to the bottom of what happened. Right, no. Because this was taken at 12:15, so that should be enough. Larry, are you absolutely sure what you're saying is correct? Huh? What's with the face? You look scary, dude. Hey, if you're trying to scare me, you better know I don't scare that easy. Is something the matter, Mr. Wright? Your Honor, did you hear what the witness just said? The DJ said, "Hey, it's almost Christmas," when he heard the gunshot. Indeed, and... almost Christmas means it wasn't Christmas. Do you realize what this means? When he heard the gunshot, it was still Christmas Eve. That would seem to be the case, yes. But he said he should have heard that gunshot after midnight. This photograph is irrefutable proof of this fact. Let's see what that time was on the photo taken when the gun triggered Miss Hart's camera. 15 minutes after midnight on Christmas Day. This is a clear contradiction, Your Honor. Order! Order! What does this mean? The two prior witnesses heard gunshots after midnight. However, this witness says he heard a gunshot before midnight.
Judge, the answer is simple. The court witness is plainly mistaken. Just look at him. Suspicious.
Or what? Well, Mr. Wright, what do you think about Mr. Buzz's claim he heard the gunshot before midnight? He's right. Larry's not mistaken, Your Honor. He heard that gunshot before midnight.
Intriguing. I'm assuming you have evidence for this wild claim. Show me evidence where there was a gunshot before midnight.
Here we go. Okay. Look at this photograph. This was taken by our witness yesterday, Miss Lotta Hart, with her automatic camera. The timestamp on the photo reads December 24th, 11:50 p.m. Oh? But there's nothing on the lake in this picture. Your Honor, the real issue here is not why nothing is shown in the photograph. It is why this photograph exists at all. What do you mean? Your Honor, this photograph was taken by an automatic camera. That camera was set to go off in response to loud noises. Aha! Correct. There was a loud noise on the lake at 11:50 p.m. That is why the photograph was taken. In other words, when Larry heard that gunshot, it was most definitely still Christmas Eve. Indeed, it would seem that is the case. Then, where does that leave us? Miss Hart testified that she heard the gunshots after midnight. Are you claiming she was mistaken? Not at all, Your Honor. It is a fact that the camera also triggered at 50 minutes after midnight. Your Honor, that night there were two sets of gunshots, with a 25-minute pause between them. Why would this be?
Don't be fooled, Judge. That camera was set to respond to loud noises.
Yes?
There is no proof that the loud noise at 11:50 was a gunshot. Why, the witness could have sneezed, triggering the camera.
Hey, my nose was clear that night, man! Clear! Well, Mr. Wright, there's no turning back now. Can you prove that the loud noise at 11:50 was indeed a gunshot? Please show us the court evidence if you have any. I mean, the gun was fired 3 times, so let's try that. This is my evidence. The murder weapon? Something about this pistol was bothering me, Your Honor. Both of the witnesses who testified yesterday heard 2 gunshots. However, the murder weapon was fired 3 times. When, then, was the last shot fired? Only now have I realized the truth. That 3rd shot was the shot Larry heard just before midnight. Order! Order! That would make sense of the evidence we've seen so far. However, this leaves me wondering exactly what did happen that night on the lake.
Exactly. If this is true, there were 2 sets of gunshots, separated by 25 minutes. One at 11:50, another at 50 minutes after midnight. Why, I ask you, why?
Uh-oh, I better think of something quick. Wait a second. Gunshots separated by 25 minutes? Ah. What's wrong, Nick? I have it! I have it! Huh? Remember the case of the Steel Samurai? Huh. Yeah, of course I remember. The murderer in this case had the same idea as the murderer in that case. What do you mean? Maya? Yes? If we don't figure this out now, we'll never overturn Edward's guilty verdict. I've got a hunch, and I'm going to run with it. Hold on, let's save. Just to be on the safe side. So we can scum it, so we don't have to rush through, like, all the testimonies again. Right. I mean, is this safe? Safe? We've already gotten a guilty verdict. We have nothing to lose. You just watch and let me know if I say anything that sounds fishy, okay? Right, Nick. Your Honor. Yes, Mr. Wright? The testimony just now has cleared up this entire case. What do you mean, Mr. Wright?
So, you finally realized the truth. There can be no other murderer here than Miles Edgeworth himself.
Wrong, Von Karma. A man was shot that night, but it wasn't Edgeworth who did the shooting.
Listen, rookie. Take a deep breath and consider the facts. At the time of the murder, 1 boat was on the lake. That was shown by the witness's photograph. The defendant, Edgeworth, and the victim, Robert Hammond, were on that boat. There was a gunshot fired on that boat, and Robert Hammond fell into the lake. The distance of the shooting was 1 meter. It couldn't have been suicide. Well, the guilty party has to be the other man in that boat.
I admit, it is hard to imagine any other possibility. Yes, but this assumes that the victim was shot at 50 minutes after midnight. What do you mean by that, Mr. Wright? We have photographic evidence at the time of the shooting. Was there always a gunshot fired, in the picture? I just don't remember the muzzle flash, but whatever. The timestamp in the photo says 0:15. But Larry heard a gunshot 25 minutes before that. Robert Hammond was killed 25 minutes bore the shot on the lake. That's the only way that Edgeworth could be innocent.
Mr. Wright, are you quite mad? Explain who the 2 men in that full boat are.
Of course, it was Edgeworth and the murderer. After the murderer killed Robert Hammond at 11:50, he assumed the guise of Mr. Hammond and met Edgeworth. What? Are you serious? Yes, Edgeworth won't tell us why he went to the lake that night. However, I have a hunch. That night, Robert Hammond called Edgeworth to the lake. Now, Edgeworth didn't know Robert Hammond's face that well. That's why he didn't suspect anything when the murderer took Robert Hammond's place. I'm not sure what to make of all this.
Ludicrous.
Mr. Wright, tell us the name of the murderer then. Murderer's name? Right. It's... Actually, I don't know the murderer's name. You don't know?
Bah, again, you waste my time.
I don't know because he never told us. The murderer is the caretaker of the boat shop. That old man. At 11:50, he was the one who killed Robert Hammond. Caretaker of the boat shop? But where did he do this? There weren't any boats on the lake then. Why would he have to go out all the way out on the lake just to shoot someone? May I suggest that the real scene of this crime was not on a boat? What? Well then, where did the murder take place? Here, of course, the boat shop where he lives. That way he could meet with the victim without anyone seeing.
Do you have proof that the boat shop was the scene of the crime?
Recall Larry's testimony, if you will. That night, he was out on the lake in a boat, searching for something. He finds it and returns the boat. Then, just as he's starting to head for home, he hears a gunshot. He heard a gunshot, Your Honor, even though he was wearing headphones at the time. In other words, the gunshot was very, very close by. And where would that be if he had just returned the boat? The boat shop. Mr. Wright, what happened that night in Gourd Lake? Please tell the court from the beginning. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, are you sure about this? Not really. But I think if I start at the very beginning, and I take it slow, I might be just able to figure this out. That night, the caretaker of the boat shop called Robert Hammond to his shop. This was around 11:50. That was when the gunshot that Larry heard was fired. After that, the caretaker put on Robert Hammond's coat. He became Robert Hammond. Then he got in the boat with Edgeworth and went out into the middle of the lake. Then, who fired the pistol on the boat, Mr. Wright? Of course, it was the murderer who shot the pistol. He shot twice. Both missed Edgeworth on purpose. Wait a minute. Yes? Why would he shoot twice if he didn't mean to hit anyone? Details. No, listen, Mr. Wright. The moment you run out of the explanations is the moment you lose. Tell us why the murderer had to fire twice. I believe he shot twice to create a witness, Your Honor. Create a witness? The murderer lifts his pistol and fires one shot. That ensures that anyone who heard that shot would look at the lake. Indeed, Miss Hart did exactly that after hearing the first gunshot. Next, the murderer waits a bit and he fires again. Then, the murderer jumps from the boat himself, leaving the pistol on the boat behind him. I see. Someone looking from the edge of the lake. It would appear that one of the men on the boat had shot the other. The murderer didn't know about the automatic camera, of course. That's why he shot twice to draw attention to the boat. Once you realize that, everything else falls into place. The boat shop caretaker swam back to his shop. Then he put Mr. Hammond's wet coat back on the body, and threw the body into the lake. This is what happened, Your Honor. These are the events that transpired that night on Gourd Lake. Bailiff, bring out the witness from before. The bookshop caretaker, quickly! Very well. While we are waiting for the caretaker, I would like to ask defendant Miles Edgeworth a few questions. Mr. Edgeworth, please take the stand. Excuse me. Oh, apologies, I had to sneeze. Oh. Okay. Mr. Edgeworth, you heard what the defense has said. Yes. Well, why did you go to the lake that night? What Wright said was mostly correct. Astonishingly so, actually. Yes. Several days ago, I received a letter. The letter was signed Robert Hammond. He asked me to come to the boat shop by the lake at midnight on Christmas Eve. He said he had something very important to discuss with me. Something important? I'm sorry, I can't say what it was. Your Honor, sir. Bailiff, we are conducting a trial here. I ask that you remain quiet. The witness has disappeared. He isn't at the boat shop either. What? What shall I do? To find him, quickly! We cannot allow him to get away! Mr. Von Karma, your witness has disappeared. A search warrant has already been issued. It goes without saying that I cannot declare a verdict under these circumstances. I will extend the trial until tomorrow, the final day allowed. I request that the police department utilize all its forces to find that witness. Am I understood? One more thing. Just who is that boat shop caretaker? I think his identity has become very important to this trial. I want him. I want to know who he is. Very well. Court is adjourned. Yay, Nick, you did it! Yeah. Well, at least we got out from under that guilty verdict. And what about Larry? That was something else. Even Von Karma didn't know what to do with his testimony. Larry really helped us out. Sure, once I sifted through his unique testimony. Still, he did save us. I just wish our cases weren't so down to the wire all the time. I know what you mean. Sometimes I feel like it's us on trial instead of our clients. Hey, Edgeworth. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth? Did you say something? Don't look so pained. I mean, it looks like you're probably going to get off the hook. You could try to smile just a little. Relax! I'm sorry, but I fear it's not over for me yet. What do you mean? Right? There's something that's been troubling me for a long time now, and I don't know whether or not to tell you. Edgeworth? No, there's so little time left. I want to tell you to get it off my chest, but... I can't make up my mind. What is this about, Edgeworth? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime you committed? A memory of a murder. Oh, massive cliffhanger. I'm gonna stick around and jump into this. Might try and get this this finished today if I can. Okay, so turnabout goodbyes, save, and get on to day 3 investigation. What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about? A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of murder. Do you really think Mr. Edgeworth killed? I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take someone's life. Never! Nick. Yo, how's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? I had him swooning in the aisles, huh, man? This is swooning? Me? Oh, well, yes, I do remember feeling faint. Right on! Tell me the truth. It was like love at first sight, right? Right, Nick? Me? Well, maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. I think you can do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude! Edgy! You guys should be bowing before me. Yeah, bow before your hero. Larry, you really helped out in the trial today. You did! If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty. Ha 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 ha! But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet. Way to spoil the mood, Larry. Hey, I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know? But from where I'm sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy. I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night? Nick, I don't know. But what I do know is, I'm going to believe in you two until the end. Us two? Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right? Nah, he means me, right, Nick? Yeah, you, Larry. No, me? But why you, Larry? Huh? Actually, yeah. Why me, Nick? Enough with the silence treatment! Nick? Why do you trust Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when he first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think? You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney. Wait, was that when you two were classmates? Yes, in grade school. They saved me, Miles, and Larry. They saved me, and I'll never forget. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know. What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about? Huh? Sorry, I kinda forgot. Okay, Nick, I'm going to hear this story today, and that's final. Okay. Kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the very end of 3rd grade. I was on trial. A class trial. A class trial? You remember, Larry? Spring, end of 3rd grade? A kid in our class got his lunch money stolen. Lunch money? Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring an envelope with money for lunch from home. Oh, I see. Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared with $38 still inside. Oh yeah, now that you mention it, I do remember that. I can see why you'd forget, though. You were out of school that day. Anyway, the envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I'd skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class. So, they thought you did it? Yeah, the kids in class said I should be put on trial. Trial? So, the next day we held a classroom trial, with me as the defendant. I didn't do it! Guilty! He did it! Guilty! It was you! Thief! Give the money back! You're such a meanie! Doesn't mean you did it. You can't hide the truth. Tell us the truth. We're not gonna play with you anymore. You shouldn't be allowed in the relay race. Give me back my 50 cents I loaned you. And all that jazz. Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right. In the end, even the teacher thought I'd done it. Go over and apologize, Phoenix? I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad, I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I'd done it. I tried to apologize. I went to where the boy whose money had been stolen was sitting. That's when it happened. You shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed. Amateurs. Miles? Oh, look at Young Edgy. It wasn't you who stole my money, was it? No. Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent. But Miles, it was your money that was stolen. Yeah, he did it. He's the one. We don't need proof. Make him say he's sorry. Why don't you all just shut up? This is always how it is. Everybody ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels. He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it. Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were the best of friends. Wow, I had no idea. Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot. That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Totally alone, without a friend in the world. You did a good thing, Larry. Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If I'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally, see? When something smells, it's usually the butts. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father. I'm going to become a defense attorney just like my father. A famous defense attorney. Then, a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school. The DL6 incident. Right, I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death. That's so sad. It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark Suspicions of a Demon Attorney." Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, covering up facts. The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. But why? What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all. That's what I thought, too. I tried to get in touch with him. I don't know how many times. He never replied. I guess he didn't want to see his old friends. I couldn't just drop it, though. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he become who he became. That's when I decided. Wait, you don't mean... That's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth? If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. In court. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him. Whoa, Nick! So, is that why you helped me out for free? Yes. It helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free. Oh, Nick! Nick! We have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay? Right. Very well, maybe. First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is. I'd settle for who. I guess I can clean out some of this evidence I no longer need. You look as grim as always. Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial. Class trial? What do you mean? You don't remember? No, I don't. Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 3rd grade? Lunch money? Oh, all right. Yes, I seem to remember something like that. Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers. Well, it probably only really mattered to me anyway. Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney. Ridiculous. Gee, thanks. That said, it does sound like the kind of thing you'd do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, Wright? So simple. To a fault, even. Well, maybe, yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Oh, poor Edgy. Perhaps. Hey, Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your dad. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, Wright, but I'm not that good of a person. One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right? Yes, that man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was Yanni Yogi. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet, he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day, 15 years ago, the three of us were trapped in the elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? Even now, I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yanni Yogi had been not of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence, innocent. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. What's your relationship with Von Karma? He's my teacher and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. So, he's like my sister was to you, Nick? He is a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life, he is obsessed with doing everything perfectly. Perfectly, huh? In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unsolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent, ever. But that's... I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All Von Karma does is his job, to find the suspect guilty perfectly. In any case, it's nigh impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth? If what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. He's right. Now's no time to praise the enemy, Edgeworth. It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I admit. No kidding. Nick, no! That's a photo of his father. Don't show him that. Okay. Okay. I can't show him. Okay, I can't. It was that case that changed my life. And tomorrow, on December 28th, its statute of limitations runs out. Tomorrow. Could that be a coincidence? But even if the case is finally closed on paper, it will never be erased from my memory. Never. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. Looks like Detective Gumshoe hasn't gotten back yet. Gumshoe, he won't be coming back today. Oh, really? He said there was some guy he had to arrest by tomorrow. The boat shop caretaker. He shouted something about catching him if it's the last thing I do, pal. Good luck, Gumshoe. Is Grossberg ever going to show up? He's out again. When does he work anyway? No, don't be harsh. I guess we'll have to come back later. Just 1 second, I want to stick my phone on the charger. I'm gonna guess that he's gonna show up before the end of the day. Okay, Gourd Lake, December 27th. Hey pal, long time no see! Oh, Detective Gumshoe. Close one today, eh? I got so worked up, I snapped my tie in half. Sorry about that. No prob, pal. Thanks to you, now we know who really did it. You mean the boat shop caretaker? Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come with me. It's my duty to you as a police officer. Now, I'm off to catch me a criminal. Detective Gumshoe sure is active today. Oh, one other thing! No one can go into the woods today. The woods? Where Lotta was camping? The woods are off limits to camping. Apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one can go in for a while. I guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble. Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. So it's just the beach and the steel eyesore is missing. Eyesore? Looks like the hot dog stand is closed too. I guess Larry's too busy worrying about Mr. Edgeworth to show up for work. That old caretaker got away. Yep. I never imagined he might be the real murderer. Ahem. Oh, here we go. It's Grossberg, isn't it? Aha! Hello! What might you be doing here? Out for a walk, Ah, the days of my youth. Like the scent of fresh lemon, you see. I think there's like the 4th different voice I've done for Grossberg. I don't remember any of them I've done before. Mr. Grossberg, this is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow. That is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I am not so sure about that. Oh, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Thanks. Bye. What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway? Who knows? Oh, Polly's here. Okay. Nobody's home.
Hello, hello. Ah.
Hey, it's Polly. I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly.
Hello, hello. Roar.
I can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself.
Hello, hello. Roar.
Maybe I should take care of Polly, Nick? You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. The police know about her anyway. I'm sure they'll do something. Well, okay. Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you. Great, now the bird's gonna hate me. Okay, Ah, what's wrong? Oh, never mind. What, tell me. Just when I saw the TV, I remembered. They're showing a Pink Princess special this week. Oh, see? That's why I didn't want to tell you. Everything's cold. Looks like he didn't turn his heater on. I guess he hasn't been back here since the trial. Oh wait, yeah, that's a safe on top of the TV, right? That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right? Yeah, that's right. Polly, what's the number to the safe? 1228. Wait, that's the 28th of December, the same day as the L6. Let's open it, Nick. Come on. I'm sure there isn't any money in there. Aw, but hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there. I'm not so sure. Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there. I guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter. A letter? Aw, boring. There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Edgeworth? Now, Nick, why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here? How should I know? I'm going to read the whole thing. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says this is your last chance. Now is the time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Alright, the rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here, in perfect detail. What do you think it means, Nick? I don't know, but it looks like there are instructions for that caretaker. These are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions. But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Look, I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. Okay. One day left, Nick. Yeah, I know. Well, no time to waste. Let's get going. Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives. I see. Revenge on me. Who is that old guy anyway? I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant? You got declared guilty or something? Nice, right. But I don't remember that old man. Not at all. So he was following this letter, huh? Which means there was someone else behind it. Now is the time to get the revenge on the two men who ruined your life. Two men, meaning myself and Robert Hammond. It also says this is your last chance. Last chance? Wait, maybe. Maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the DL6 incident. Wait, that old man. What is it? Do you know who he is? Yogi. Could he be Yogi? Yogi? The suspect in the DL6 incident. The one who was found innocent. Okay. Wrong option. Yanni Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in the elevator together 15 years ago. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long, it felt like forever. The air thinned, and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled. Help! I can't breathe! Quiet, I said quiet. You're not making this any easier. I want to get out. Help! Get us out! Don't shout. You'll just use up more oxygen. That's all I remember. When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring up at the ceiling. In court, Yanni Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court and Yogi was found innocent. Huh. But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you? Right. Yeah? There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. I didn't know whether or not I should tell you. You mean the nightmare? I think the time has come to tell all. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. What kind of dream? It's a dream about my father's killing in the dark. I can't breathe. You're using up my air. What? Stop breathing my air. I'll stop you. What are you... Stop breathing my air. No, Father. He's attacking Father. Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. Get away! Get away from my father! And with that scream, I awake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years. But that's just a dream, right? Right? That thought is the only thing that has kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father. What? If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi was really innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me. Wait, Edgeworth, you mean... It was me. I was the true criminal of DL6. I shot my father. This is bad. What are we gonna do, Nick? What can we do? I don't know. I don't think there's anything we can do, like it or not. If there's someone else who knows a lot about the DL6 incident, maybe. There is, Nick. There's someone else who knows about DL6. Okay. Fine. Off to Grossberg we go. Mr. Grossberg. Ah, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled. No kidding. I can't believe you're not. My. Just calm down and tell me what happened. It's Mr. Edgeworth. He... I see. So Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father. It's only a dream. Only a dream. I wonder. What? If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled? Well... Also, consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream, it was real. As you imagined. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired, and the deed was done. No! I don't believe it. Yogi was suspected of murder, and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus, he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close. What do you know about Edgeworth's father? He was a defense attorney without peer. It sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer, now that I think about it. Your mentor, Maya Fey. My sister? Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. Von Karma's techniques. That's no surprise. Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result, he has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods. And? He lost. And died in despair, as it were. I see. When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty Fey. I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi. Yet Yogi was found innocent. That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud. That's right. Everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it, it seems like the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. So you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's dad lied to protect his son? It's only a possibility, mind you. But a possibility nonetheless. This incident took place 15 years ago tomorrow. So tomorrow we'll see the completion of not one, but 2 trials. All thanks to the statute of limitations. However, I'm afraid the damage the DL6 incident has done will never be eased. Oh ho, so this is the letter? It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond. But why kill Robert Hammond? Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own... His own sake? He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability. But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter? Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined. Huh? You'll understand soon enough. Wait, what is it? This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before, a long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this? Could it be Manfred von Karma? It might make sense. Von Karma? Why would he have something to do with this? Well, I'm not sure. Von Karma. But wait, you're right, my boy. This is Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time on court reports. What? But that means... the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was... Correct. Manfred von Karma himself. What does this mean, then? Why would von Karma want to frame Edgeworth? If it truly was von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press the point until the court finds Miles Edgeworth guilty. Oh no. But how could von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that? Even Mr. Edgeworth thought it was just a nightmare. Excuse my yawning, by the way. That I do not know. Yet I do know that von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son. What do you mean? It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and von Karma did win. But he didn't make it through the trial unscarred. What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's dad and von Karma? Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused von Karma of faulty evidence and thought he lost the trial. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusations stood. Faulty evidence? It was the only penalty von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor. Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record. Wow. It must have been quite a shock for von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. A vacation? Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting. Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like, go to the sea or, to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe. You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya. In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot. Odd. If he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? What do we do, Nick? Von Karma is going to bring up DL6, you can bet on it. What if Mr. Edward pleads guilty to DL6? I won't let him. Yes, Mr. Wright. I hate to say this, but even accidental murder is murder, you know. Well, no, I thought murder was like murder. It was like... Doesn't murder need intent and anything else is like manslaughter? Plus he was a child. I know that. I just believe in Edward's innocence. I can't believe he killed someone. But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave. I don't care. I know he's not guilty. Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest. Mr. Grossberg, thank you. I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim. I understand. The police materials, Okay. So there's no way to mention it being Von Karma's writing. There's hardly anyone here. Everyone must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi. Ah, it's you. I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone. Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is pounding the pavement for real. We were wondering if we could check out the records room again. Well, no, I can't have just anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. Von Karma is in there now anyway. You can go in as long as he's there. Von Karma? Yes, he's just arrived, actually. Von Karma's in the records room. Nick, let's hurry. Dusty as always. We were only here yesterday. I'm surely just haven't had time to clean. What's wrong, Nick? Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. Von Karma. Huh? One of the drawers here is open. Someone must have been looking in it recently. The label says unsolved cases. Evidence. Unsolved cases. Nick! The file for DL6, it's completely empty. What?
What are you doing in here? The Von Karma! You... How do you know my name?
Huh?
Have we met?
What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we? We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team.
Defense team? I beg your pardon, you see. I rarely remember defense attorneys. They are like books to me. Needless things to be crushed.
I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor. Mr. Edgeworth is your student, right?
A romanticist who still can't shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father. Oh, it's second-rate.
Mr. Von Karma, you had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you?
Me? A grudge against the mere defense attorney. Why?
Because he dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record. So you did, but what I don't get is, why did you take his son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival.
That, my dear attorney, is none of your business. Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt.
His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean?
You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow.
We were right. So Von Karma is going to bring up DL6 in court tomorrow. Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder.
Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it.
So you admit it? You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter?
Yes, my dear defense attorney. Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You've saved me from a lot of needless hassle.
But what? Nick, what is that thing? A stun gun for self-defense, usually.
Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence.
600,000?
Oh, don't worry. People don't die from it. Usually. Now, give me the letter.
No! No!
Oh, what are you?
Nick, run! Ah! Maya.
Out of my way.
Ah! He got us. The letter's gone, of course. And he took the DL6 evidence, all of it. Or, did I say DL7? DL6. Back to having no clues. Wait. Maya, jump first. Maya, is she okay? Maya! Maya, open your eyes. Maya. The letter. Did he take it? Oh, yeah. Are you okay? I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm no good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister. Not even now, when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all. Maya! There has to be some way I can help her. I'd better do something about her self-confidence first. Maya, she's holding something. What is that? A bullet? DL6, isn't it? Evidence number 7, taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember. Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow. Alright, well here we go with the court date. Final day. Alright, 9:51 AM, District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. This is it, Judgment Day. Today, things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. What's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. I hope Frank Karma doesn't push him too hard. Whoa! What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. Just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maybe you should go outside and discharge? Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Ah, pow! What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe. Morning, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh, good morning. How did it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. I've brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name, but that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm going to prove it. Okay. Oh, fuck it. Right, okay. You know what? I'm gonna call it a night now. I'm getting really tired, and I don't want to start, like, mumbling again and slurring and stuff too badly compared to what I normally do. But yeah. 3 who knew 3 hours of doing a lot of character voices really badly would tire anyone out. But yeah, so I'm gonna leave it at that, and yeah, that is you know, leave it at the cliffhanger. We're closing in on the end of this trial, and hopefully we can save Edgeworth. Hopefully. Okay, I'm done here. Right, good night. Hopefully, you know, I should be back next week. I might even do a similar length stream next week. Might get a good bit into case episode 5. Hopefully, anyway. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, right, thank you. Good night. Have a good rest of your weekend. And everything. I hopefully will get more chance to stream something else this week. Or maybe even do an extra night of Phoenix Wright. We'll see. Hopefully. Okay, bye.